Turquoise waters lap against golden sand. Pastel-colored cottages tumble down dramatic cliffs toward a sheltered harbor. Palm trees sway in a gentle breeze while Mediterranean-style piazzas catch the afternoon sun. This is not Italy. This is not Greece. This is not Spain. This is Britain. And these coastal villages are waiting to be discovered. Most people assume British coastlines mean grey skies, wind-swept promenades, and fish and chip shops fighting against the drizzle. But hidden along 11,000 miles of coastline, tucked into remote peninsulas and perched on dramatic cliffsides, there are villages so beautiful they challenge everything you thought you knew about this island. These are not tourist traps. Many have no car access at all. Some have fewer than 20 houses. A few have been ranked among the best beaches in the entire world. And several sit within regions where you can still rent a home for under £700 a month. Welcome to Cottage Dreams. If you find this valuable, please subscribe and like this video. Let us begin with a village that should not exist at all. On the coast of North Wales, where the River Dwirid meets the Irish Sea, there is an Italian village. Not an Italian-inspired housing development. An actual Italianate village with Baroque architecture, ornamental gardens, a campanile bell tower, and subtropical woodland where palm trees grow alongside Welsh ferns. Portmeirion was built by one man. Sir Clough Williams-Ellis was an architect with a vision his contemporaries considered impossible. Starting in 1925, he spent 50 years constructing his dream on a private peninsula. He wanted to prove that buildings could enhance nature rather than spoil it. Walking through Portmeirion feels like stepping into a fever dream about the Italian Riviera. Pastel cottages cluster around a central piazza. A dome topped with an elegant cupola sits alongside carved ceilings depicting the labors of Hercules. Williams-Ellis denied copying Portofino directly. Whatever his inspiration, the effect is extraordinary. The village became famous as the filming location for The Prisoner, the cult television series. The Beatles visited regularly. Noel Coward wrote Blithe Spirit while staying here. You cannot buy property within the village itself, but nearby Porthmadog offers genuine coastal living with homes renting between £600 and £800 a month. Snowdonia National Park begins just a short drive away. For viewers who remember when eccentric British visionaries could still build their dreams, Portmeirion proves something important. Britain once had room for the impossible, and this impossible place is still here. Travelling south to Devon, we find a village that predates the motorcar and has decided it simply does not need one. Clovelly clings to a 400-foot cliff on the North Devon coast. A single cobbled street winds from the clifftop down to a 14th-century harbour. The gradient is so severe that vehicles cannot use it. Goods are still delivered by sledge, pulled by hand or by donkey. This is not a tourist attraction recreating the past. This is how the village actually functions. The manor has passed through just 3 families over 800 years. Today, Clovelly contains approximately 80 cottages, almost all architecturally listed. Around 300 people call it home. Crucially, no holiday homes are allowed. Every house must be occupied full-time. The famous Clovelly donkeys are rescue animals. When deliveries need to reach the harbour, they still earn their keep. Walking down the cobbled high street takes visitors past whitewashed cottages festooned with fuchsias. Hidden passageways lead to views across Barafundle Bay. Fresh seafood arrives daily from fishing boats that still use the quay. For anyone dreaming of living near this extraordinary place, North Devon remains affordable. Nearby Bideford and Barnstaple offer rentals from £500 to £600 a month. The pace remains genuinely slower. There is something profound about a village that functions without cars. where goods travel by methods unchanged for centuries. Clovelly is not a fantasy about the past. It is the past, still happening. Crossing into Wales and heading for the Pembrokeshire coast, we reach a beach that should not exist north of the tropics. Barafundle Bay is a crescent of golden sand, backed by pine-covered limestone cliffs. The water is turquoise and crystal clear. There are no buildings visible, no facilities, no ice cream vans. Just pristine sand meeting pristine sea. In 2004, Barafundle Bay was included in a list of the top 12 beaches in the world. It beat Bondi Beach and Copacabana. The Good Holiday Guide called it the best beach in Britain. The beach is accessible only on foot from Stackpole Quay, half a mile away. This walk is the beach's protection. Many visitors never make the effort. East-facing and sheltered by limestone headlands, the bay is protected from prevailing winds. The water is remarkably calm. At low tide, a secondary beach can be accessed through a cave. Only experienced visitors attempt this. The wider Pembrokeshire area offers something Cornwall increasingly cannot: affordability. Pembroke and Tenby both have rental properties from around £600 a month. Standing on that golden sand, watching light play across water that would not look out of place in the Greek islands, the question becomes unavoidable. Why did no one tell us about this? Moving north to Yorkshire, we enter a village built for keeping secrets. Robin Hood's Bay clings to cliffs on the North Yorkshire coast, a maze of narrow cobbled streets and hidden courtyards. Vehicles are banned from the harbour area entirely. During the late 18th century, smuggling was rife here. Tea, gin, rum, and tobacco arrived from the Netherlands and France. The villagers developed tunnels connecting the houses. A bale of silk could supposedly travel from harbour to clifftop without appearing on the streets. Revenue officers had little chance. Smugglers' wives were known to pour boiling water from upper windows onto excise men passing below. Walking through today, you can feel this history. Buildings lean at improbable angles. Passageways appear and disappear. What looks like a dead end opens into a hidden courtyard. Robin Hood's Bay is also the eastern terminus of Wainwright's coast-to-coast walk. Walkers complete their journey by dipping their boots in the North Sea at the slipway. Nearby Scarborough and Whitby both have rental properties from £600 to £700 monthly. The North York Moors National Park begins immediately inland. The village that kept secrets for centuries is now happy to share them. Just up the coast sits a village that inspired an entire art movement. Staithes is tucked into a steep-sided ravine where Staithes Beck meets the North Sea. Burnt orange rooftops and whitewashed walls create a colour palette visitors compare to the Amalfi Coast. Traditional fishing cobbles are drawn up on the sides of the beck. The village was once one of the busiest fishing ports in the northeast, but Staithes is most famous for two different claims to distinction. Captain James Cook moved here in 1745 as a teenager. The sea called too strongly for grocery work. He left for Whitby within 2 years, beginning the career that would take him around the world 3 times. In the late 19th century, nearly 30 painters settled here as the Staithes Group. They were inspired by French Impressionism and lived among fishermen to capture authentic working life. Dame Laura Knight painted scenes that now hang in major galleries. The village contains what locals claim is the narrowest alley in the world. Dog Loop measures just 18 inches wide. The Redcar and Cleveland area averages around £630 per month for rent. Nearby Hartlepool is officially the cheapest seaside place to rent in Britain at £559 per month. Locals pronounce Staithes as Steers, not Staithes. Remember that if you visit. Travelling far north into the Scottish Highlands, we find something almost impossible to believe. Clashnessie is a village of just 19 houses on Scotland's remote northwest coast. turquoise water fills a sheltered bay. White sand beaches stretch along the shore. A 15-meter waterfall cascades down through rocks to meet the sea. The village has its own microclimate thanks to the Gulf Stream. While the rest of Scotland experiences frost, Clashnessie rarely drops below freezing. The beach has been named one of Britain's best secret beaches. The waterfall is a short walk along the coastline. The combination of beach, waterfall, and dramatic highland scenery feels almost designed rather than natural. 19 houses cannot absorb many visitors. There are no hotels, no large car parks, just homes where people actually live. The challenge is obvious. Clashnessie is genuinely remote. Inverness is hours away by single-track road. But for viewers seeking genuine escape, Clashnessie offers something rare, a place where the beauty seems impossible and the peace is real. Returning to Cornwall, we find a beach that rewards effort. Kynance Cove lies on the Lizard Peninsula, the most southerly point of mainland Britain. Green and red serpentine rock has been shaped into dramatic stacks and spires. At low tide, hidden caves appear. The water is turquoise, clear enough to see the sand beneath. The beach changes completely with the tides. At high tide, only small patches of sand remain. At low tide, the cove expands dramatically, revealing interconnected beaches and rock pools teeming with life. Timing a visit correctly is essential. Cornwall is famously expensive. The Lizard Peninsula is further from the usual hotspots. Helston and Penzance offer rentals from £700 to £800 per month. Affordable Cornwall still exists. Kynance Cove is not given to you. You must earn it. That effort filters out casual visitors. Those who make it find themselves on one of the most photographed beaches in Britain, often with space to themselves. We have saved the best for last. On Scotland's remote northwest coast, beyond any road, accessible only by a 4-mile walk through wild moorland, lies what many consider the most beautiful beach in Britain. Sandwood Bay is not easy to reach. From the car park at Blairmore, a path crosses open moorland for 90 minutes to 2 hours. There are no facilities along the way, no shelter if conditions turn. But then you crest the final rise, and Sandwood Bay reveals itself. The beach stretches for over a mile. The sand has a pink hue from countless crushed shells. Towering dunes rise behind. To the south, Amboakaila Sea Stack rises dramatically from the water. There are no buildings visible, no power lines, no roads. The only sounds are wind, waves, and seabirds. Deer sometimes appear on the dunes. Seals bask on rocks offshore. The sense of isolation is complete. The beach is owned by the John Muir Trust. Swimming requires caution. The Atlantic can be fierce, and the beach is an hour from any help. But on clear days, when sunlight plays across that pink sand and the sea takes on impossible shades of blue and green, Sandwood Bay looks like a place from a dream. Some visitors wild camp in the dunes, legal in Scotland under the right to roam. Living nearby means accepting genuine remoteness. But for those seeking the ultimate escape, Sutherland offers affordable housing alongside landscapes that make the heart ache. Sandwood Bay is the beach at the end of the world, or perhaps the beginning. If you found this valuable, please subscribe to the channel. Watch the next video appearing on your screen.